we'll do an acronym. I know you're not supposed to put the in there or the or whatever, but do it anyways. Okay, so oops, I didn't even explain any of that. Okay, so once you open one of these up, this is gonna come up. You change the ID to 0, put 0 in front of it, and I'd keep first person if I were you, and then type in whatever you want to call the whatever you're gonna call the gun, where the gun last file thing was. So okay, so alright, so you're gonna go down the model, edit, and then edit again. And it's gonna automatically pull out the meshes folder. So you're gonna go down to weapons, and then wherever you put your weapon at, find it, open. Okay, you want to create new form? Yes. Alright, so and then we go down to items, weapons, no, weapon, weapons, and then two-hand automatic. Oh, this is still filtered. Get rid of that. We'll open up the gun that we based it on in the Nifskope. So in this case, see, it was the assault carbine. Okay, put for the ID, put 0 in front of wep. I changed the rest of that to change the rest of that to the name of your gun. We'll call this the mayonnaise. I don't know if I spelled that right or what, or wrong, whatever. Alright, so stats they're pretty self-explanatory. Health is basically how much you can fire the weapon or how much damage it could take when it's an item in the world. Reach, reach doesn't matter that much for, reach doesn't matter for, like, you know, guns. I think reach matters for melee weapons. I haven't done a lot of experimenting with melee weapons, so fire rate, pretty simple. I think that's how many shots per minute, I want to think. I forget though. We'll make that a little bit lower because the assault carbine just eats through ammo. We'll do 9. Okay, spread, pretty self-explanatory. Actually, not really. Spread is just like how much the spread will go up to. I don't know what. It's just kind of a stat you put in. Like, you will have to kind of like experiment in game, like what you want your spread to be. I don't think like it's actually based on like a measurement of a sort, but yeah. So in the minimum spread is what the least spread is going to be. Like it actually kind of ranges between. Sight field of view. I think that's how much it zooms in. And sight usage, I think, is how much like your guy like puts up the gun. Like I can't explain it. Critical damage, how much damage a critical does. Aim arc, I don't think that really matters unless you're making a grenade launcher or whatever. Value, that's how much the purchase price is if the weapon is at full condition. Damage, how much your weapon, how much damage your weapon does. We'll just bump that up to 15. Okay, ammo use, how much ammo your gun uses. Yeah, that's. Yep. Okay, so projectiles. That's how many like projectiles it shoots out. Now, okay, the damage is divided amongst the projectiles. So let's say if you had a 10 damage gun and it shot 2 projectiles, it would be 5 damage for each projectiles. I mean, for each projectile. So that's what I mean when it's divided amongst them. Base bats to hit chance. So the assault carbine has a 40% chance to hit on each VATS attack. Kind of low. We'll make this a little bit higher since this is a slower firing weapon. Limb damage multiplier, that doesn't matter unless, I mean, it kind of matters if you want people's limbs to like explode if you shoot them or something. Kill impulse is what, that depends on like how much it will send your enemy flying if you kill them with it. 18 doesn't seem high. We'll just change it to like 65 so I can show you what I'm talking about. Impulse distance, I don't think that matters that much. Alright. I don't think the max counts, but the minimum does. Like, it actually, like, if you were to click the trigger, this is how much time it would be before the gun actually goes off. This is based on seconds, so that right there would be a millisecond, and then so on. VATS attack, this doesn't matter unless you have a melee weapon. Action points, this is how much points it would take to use weapon in VATS. Range, pretty self-explanatory though. I don't think it's based on a actual measurement in game, so you'll have to experiment. I usually just base them off of like the weapons. Like when I make a shotgun, I usually just base it off of the hunting shotgun and the sawed-off shotgun. Or like when I make a sniper rifle, I base it off the sniper rifle and the anti-material rifle. So alright, so if it's like like if it's a powerful weapon, you want to do explode only, because you know it makes sense and it's more fun that way. So we'll just make explode only. Resist, I don't know what that does. Okay, so we'll leave automatic on. Automatic, okay. The fire rate doesn't really matter if you make a semi-automatic weapon, because the semi-automatic weapon changes how fast you can, the animation changes how fast you can shoot the gun semi-automatic. But when you choose a two-hand automatic animation, that's when the fire rate matters. And when you take automatic, so yeah. These are pretty self-explanatory. Please don't ever do this, the quest item. Yeah, you don't want to torture people like that. Player only, that means NPCs can't pick it up and use it. I mean, so if you ever do make a really powerful OP weapon, you'll want to tick that. Hide backpack. Some armors have like backs that the minigun would clip through, or like the flamethrower or whatever. So this would hide the backpack of the clothing, armor, whatever, so you can wear the minigun. Clip rounds, regenerate. I wouldn't do that unless you actually make the ammo, MF breeder or whatever. Clip rounds, pretty self-explanatory. This is what skill it would use. I don't know what weapon would use repair skill or speech skill or barter skill, but whatever floats your boat, I guess. Okay, they took out the big guns equipment type for a reason, because when you flinch, like if you fall or you get shot at, you actually stop shooting. So no, don't use that. Just use small guns for any gun you use. Repair list, pretty self-explanatory what you could repair it with. You can make your own repair list if you want to. I'm not gonna go through that though. Since this isn't that much of a powerful gun, we'll make it 65. Strength required. Yeah. Well, I mean, nah. Yeah. Okay, so arts and sounds. All right, for the first-person model, hit 0, and there's your first-person thing. Click that model. Exactly like you did the first person. Automatically open up meshes. You go to weapons, whatever folder you put your gun in, or whatever, and there it is. Okay. All of this stuff is basically set up already. Alright, rumble, that's if you're using a controller, doesn't really matter. Since I did not make any modifications for my guns, I'm just going to remove all these. So, put the first person at none. No, Okay. Alright, yep. Get rid of all this stuff. I'll go over I'll go over all this stuff later. DPS info. This is just basically information on like your gun and whatnot. It may be useful to you. It's not useful to me. Basically everything I need is in. Basically the only things that you're going to be changing is game data, art and sound, and mod information. So, alright, so there we go. Okay, yes. So, if you were to create a separate folder for your weapons, it would appear in here, like as a different branch in your weapons thing right here. That's why I created a different folder. Alright, so say we wanted to put it in Doc Mitchell's house like everybody does, what I used to do. Just alright, you go to here to Wasteland, New Vegas. You highlight one of these, type in Doc. Okay, good. Okay, yeah, Good Springs. Why can I? Oh, this is outside, derp. Okay, you go to interiors, and then you type in Doc. Okay, wait, no. I'm having. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna go put it in Good. We're just gonna go put it in Good Springs. Sorry about that. Okay, so, all right. Once you find where you want to put it, just find say I just want to put it right there. No, actually, we'll make a box for it. This is more simple. This is what I do. Alright, so world objects, container. We'll do like the alright, just change that to whatever you want to call it. I suggest putting a 0 in front of it like always. Gun box. Alright. Highlight, left click that, delete. Alright, put our gun in there. Okay, so what if I wanted to add ammo? Just type in the filter, what ammo you want, all. It should look like an arrow. We'll drag that in there. Say we want to put 500. You just go to count and then get rid of the 1 and then put in 500. Okay, yes. If you were to go to the all, your container you just created should be there. Alright, and then you hit F, it will go down to the ground instantly. Alright, so once you do that, file, save. I'm just gonna do this because I'm never gonna use this. Save. Oh, by the way, to put your to give vendors your gun, you can put it in the leveled list, but the easiest way to do this is to world objects, container, vendor. Alright, so say I wanted to give it to who was the guy in Chet, yeah, okay. So I wanted to give it a Chet. So alright, so I find it through vendor like container and then filtering vendor. Vendor container Chet, or if you wanted to give it to the gun runners, you go down to vendor container gun runners HQ. So you throw it in there. Let's give them 5 of them, or well, let's give them 3 of them for companions. Okay, and then file, save. Alright, the difference between just putting it in the container and then putting it in the leveled list is that he'll restock if you put it on leveled list, and it would be only unlocked at the certain level of the level list. And if you just put it in there, any level can get to it and buy it. So yeah. Alright, so file save. And alright. Let's go see if it works. Okay, yeah, I did forget how to show you how to put a scope on it. So what you want to do is tick this box, has scope, in the art and sounds tab. Go down to edit, and you want to find interface. Alright, in the meshes, click that, HUD, and then depends on what you give it. Give scope mill dot scopes the marksman rifle and the anti-material rifle, so we'll give it that one. And then hit OK, and then files save, and I'll show you in game. All right, we're in game. Better do this real quick. All right, so go. I'm in Good Springs where I put the weapon at. Put it right here. There's mayonnaise and the stuff I gave it. Alright, take all that. There we go, there's the gun. Has all the sound effects and whatnot. Oh, hold on. As you see, the bolt slides back like the actual gun, the magazine moves and everything. Yep. So, yeah, so also go check out Chet's where he selling the gun.
Howdy. You must be the one Doc Mitchell was packing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Can do.
Alright, so he should have the gun. Yep, it's right there. Buy 3 of them if I want to. So, yeah, that's that's just about how you make a gun for Nifskope and whatnot. So, yep. If you want to ask any questions or anything, go ahead, send me a message on the Nexus. Put it in the description. Send me a message on YouTube or whatever. But yeah, thanks for watching.